Hi everybody, it's Tatiana, and today I'm coming to do a brief review of a short story collection, Before You Suffocate Your Own Fool Self by Danielle Evans. I totally just butchered that, but we're going to keep on going. This is a collection of, I think, 8 short stories, and of the 8 short stories, I did not care for 3. What I liked about this collection is that there are 8 different voices in these stories. So Evans really spent time creating 8 different, I said 8 different voices, 8 different sets of voices, 8 different sets of characters for these stories. These stories did not really hit an issue that I tend to dislike about short stories, where once the story finishes, it doesn't feel like the story is finished. I really feel like all of these stories, even though the story is not finished of the people that you're reading about, what you get to see of their stories is finished. And that was clearly put across, I feel. Like, this is all that you're going to get to see, or this is all for this story because this is where this relationship, be it a friendship, a partnership, a romantic relationship, parents and child, that's where this that we're looking at ends, or that's where this changes and you're just going to get to see the beginning of the change taking place, if that makes sense. Of the stories, I want to say my favorite in this collection was Snakes, and that story deals with a biracial child and her white grandmother, and the mess that people can be. That relationship, that story was like, wow. Out of all of the stories in this collection, I think that for me is the shiner. After that is Harvest, which is a story about reproduction and reproductive rights, and how the fuckery around the discussion, like just thinking about that. Okay, so it may be Snakes, then Harvest, then Robert E. Lee is Dead. That's my top 3, because of the statement that Harvest makes, where there are 2 sides to this story, and one side, what's being done is perfectly fine, and on the other side, what's being done on that side of the story is not, and there's a societal push against what's happening on the other side of it. But yeah, it's very, very interesting, and a very interesting statement. So okay, Snakes, Harvest, then Robert E. Lee is Dead. Robert E. Lee is Dead really focuses on a child who is on the fringes of her society in her school, and the change that she experiences when one of the popular girls takes notice of her and catapults her into populardom, yet she still is able to maintain the essence of who she is and how she goes about living that. And then the story continues, and yeah, so those are my top 3. And then someone ought to tell her there's nowhere to go, and wherever you go, there you are tied for they were okay. They were decent. And then The King of a Vast Empire was decent. It was okay. I did not like Jellyfish at all, because I think it made sense too late, if that makes any sense. And the main character in that story and like nothing's resolved. And again, the story ends, the story's in, and that's all that you get to see of these characters. But there's some sort of resolution and ending in each of these stories. Nothing is resolved at the end of that story, and I just did not like that. But this is a good short story collection. I'm going to check out more by Danielle Evans, because what got me most about this collection is that there are 8 different stories and there are 8 different sets of characters. There is not a single story where it feels like the person that you're listening to or the person that you're spending time with is any way connected to any of the other people that you read in the previous stories. And I appreciated that. So yeah, that's all that I have to say about this. I'm gonna go. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend, whenever you see this video. Peace out.